So back to back to kind of this movie. Shaka King has always said that everybody knows how Fred Hampton died, but they don't know much about his life. And he kind of had wanted to do a Fred Hampton biopic, but he has said, first of all, Shaka King is an indie filmmaker, and he very much doesn't like the main Hollywood system. He doesn't like these big Hollywood studios, and he prefers doing indie films. But he knew that in order to do a Fred Hampton movie, to do it right, he needed a major studio backing him because he needed the budget.
There was a big time money behind this one. And it looked like it was very well produced. And
he understands that for years, people have been trying to do a Fred Hampton biopic. In 2014, F. Gary Gray was trying to get one off the ground. And he decides that he's going to do his movie differently. It's going to be The Departed inside the world of the Black Panthers. And he kind of decides that that's an easier pitch to mainstream executives, because he's like, I go in there and I say, I want to do a biopic about Fred Hampton. Most white studio executives don't know who Fred Hampton is, but they know The Departed, they know who the Black Panthers were, and this is an easier pitch for them. And he said that it was more important that just the story of Fred Hampton gets told and that people know who he was. And he's like, hopefully, because now through this movie, it's in the public consciousness, that maybe at some point we'll get like a mini series that's actually a biopic telling the entire story of Fred Hampton's life. And I do like this idea of like, it's not the movie he wanted to make, but bringing this story to the forefront was more important for him.
It's a badass movie too.
It is, and it is a good movie.
Great movie.
And that's I'm not even saying that like.
No, I get your point.
That
he's saying like this is sort of like his it's a victory to get know a major Fred Hampton movie out there. Like had he had his druthers, maybe he would do, like you're saying, an 8-part like intensive on like, let's spend an hour on his childhood.
Right.
That's not what this is, but it's a fucking badass movie.
Well, it's great. And
the guy who plays Fred Hampton is fucking fantastic.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah. He was amazing.
He's fantastic. So when I first saw the trailer, I was into it because of Lakeith Stanfield. And I kind of like looked up who Fred Hampton was, about this Black Panther who, through this illegal FBI program, which I had already known about because I had known about the Chaos book by Tom O'Neill. Mm-hmm. So I had known about COINTELPRO, and it seemed very interesting if this is like another one of like the COINTELPRO operations. Of that, this was kind of a major, COINTELPRO was a major FBI operation. It was illegal, and the basic goal was, first they were against the anti-war movement, and they wanted to change public opinion about the anti-war movement. Later, they focused primarily on the Black Panthers.
COINTELPRO was oh no, I'm sorry. Chaos was where they were like drugging people into, and then like sort of turning them into killing machines.
That's MK Ultra.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Which is happening at the same time. There's a lot of shady government stuff going on in the 60s.
Man, dude, the amount of times in my head I was like, fuck the police, man. Like watching this movie, I was like, oh my God. Like NWA is just pouring through my head right now. They're so dude. Oh my God, it's so bad. Well, and then if you Google pictures of Fred Hampton's body being like taken out,
they're smiling.
They're fucking smiling and laughing.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bad, dude.
Yeah.
Like, they straight up assassinated this dude.
Yes. And it was a COINTELPRO assassination. They later... Roy Mitchell, who's the FBI agent, who was William O'Neill handler.
By the way, that actor was fucking great too.
Jesse something, I forget his last name. He's in a lot of stuff. He's great.
He's got that look of white hatred.
Yes.
Like, he's just got that, like, white, like...
Well...
he was great. Everyone was great in this movie,
yeah,
by the way.
No, everybody was great.
Hoover, fucking Sheen playing Hoover... He was great.
Martin Sheen was also great. I didn't even notice it was Martin Sheen at first. And then
he looks old as fuck.
Yeah, but...
I mean, they probably made him up to look like shit.
Roy Mitchell, the FBI agent,
got a
who
little
was William
Philip
O'Neill.
Seymour Hoffman to him, as far as his look. Sorry to keep interrupting.
No, that's right. In the trial later on, he claimed that the Fred Hampton probe had nothing to do with COINTELPRO. It was obviously a lie. He was he kind of says like, no, you're doing our own investigation. It had nothing to do with COINTELPRO. Meanwhile, there is this giant government FBI program that's specifically designed to dismantle the Black Panthers. You have an informant who's the basically security guard for the chairman of Chicago for the Black Panthers, and you're saying that your operation had nothing to do with COINTELPRO. Like, that seemed a little unbelievable. In court, when they tried to ask him if he knew COINTELPRO existed at the time, he was like kind of shady with his answer and like kind of dodging the question.
When his handler, William O'Neill's handler, I'm blanking his name right now.
William O'Neill's handler is Roy Mitchell.
Yeah, he obviously knew about it. He was in 100%. The FBI. Like,
but this movie, the Roy Mitchell kind of is made to be more a sympathetic character than I think he deserves. They kind of...
A little bit.
They give him kind of like a maybe we're not doing the right thing here, while in real life, Roy Mitchell was probably 100% on board.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, he's 100% on board in the movie. I know what you're saying. Like, they kind of, but that's just making him more interesting as a character,
And that's... and they make William O'Neill very sympathetic.